Your cat knocks something off the counter. You raise your voice, and suddenly they vanish behind the couch. An hour later, they reappear, acting strange, hovering, watching you from across the room. You assume they've forgotten all about it, that cats simply don't care. But what if I told you they're actually trying to apologize? According to feline behaviorists, cats have their own reconciliation rituals, and most owners completely misinterpret them. By the end of this, you'll finally understand what your cat has been trying to tell you, and you might owe them an apology of your own. There's a persistent myth that cats are incapable of remorse, that they knock your water glass off the table and feel absolutely nothing about it. We've all heard the jokes. Cats are aloof. Cats don't care. Cats would sell you out for a single treat. But here's what most people don't realize. This reputation is based on a fundamental misunderstanding of how cats communicate. Dogs apologize in ways humans instantly recognize. The guilty eyes, the lowered head, the tail tucked between the legs. It's obvious, almost theatrical. And because cats don't perform their emotions this way, we assume they simply don't have them. But according to Dr. Mikel Delgado, a certified cat behavior consultant, cats are deeply social animals with complex emotional lives. They absolutely experience something akin to remorse, or at least, they recognize when a relationship has been disrupted and feel motivated to repair it. The problem isn't that your cat doesn't apologize. The problem is that their apology looks nothing like what you expect. Think of it this way. If someone apologized to you in a language you didn't speak, you wouldn't know it was an apology. You might even think they were ignoring you. That's exactly what happens between cats and their owners. Every single day. Your cat is speaking. You're just not hearing them. And once you learn to decode their language, everything changes. Picture this. Your cat did something they shouldn't have. You reacted with frustration. And now, an hour later, they're hovering at the edge of the room, not approaching, not leaving, just watching. Most owners interpret this as indifference or stubbornness, maybe even defiance. But that hesitant presence, that careful distance, is actually the first stage of a cat's apology. According to research published in the journal Animal Behavior, cats are highly attuned to human emotional states. They can read your body language, your tone of voice, even subtle changes in your facial expressions. When they sense you're upset, especially with them, they don't barge in demanding forgiveness. They wait. They observe. They test the waters. Dr. John Bradshaw, the author of Cat Sense, explains that this slow approach is a deliberate reconciliation behavior. In cat social groups, rushing toward an upset companion would be seen as aggressive or threatening. Instead, cats signal their peaceful intentions by approaching gradually, often pausing multiple times to gauge the other's reaction. So when your cat hovers at the doorway after conflict, they're not being aloof. They're being respectful. They're saying, "I know something went wrong between us. I'm not going to force myself on you, but I'm here when you're ready." It's the feline equivalent of a friend sitting quietly nearby after an argument, not demanding conversation, but making their presence known, letting you decide when to reconnect. The appropriate response isn't to ignore them or scold them again. It's to soften your body language, maybe offer a slow blink, and let them know the door is open, because they've already taken the first step toward repair. They're waiting to see if you'll meet them halfway. You've probably experienced this. After a tense moment, your cat suddenly appears with a toy in their mouth, dropping it at your feet. Or maybe it's a sock, a hair tie, something random they found under the couch. Most owners see this as typical cat weirdness. Just another quirky thing cats do for no apparent reason. But the timing isn't coincidental. When a cat brings you an object after conflict, that's apology behavior number 2, the gift offering. According to Pam Johnson-Bennett, a certified cat behavior consultant and author, gift-giving in cats serves a social bonding function. In the wild, cats share prey with members of their family group as a way of reinforcing bonds and maintaining social harmony. When your cat drops something at your feet after you've been upset with them, they're drawing on this same instinct, they're bringing you a peace offering. Dr. Marcy Koski, a certified feline behavior consultant, notes that cats often select items they believe have value. It might be their favorite toy, or something that carries your scent. The gift isn't random, it's chosen, and it's offered specifically because they sense the relationship needs repair. Think of it like a friend showing up with your favorite coffee after an argument, without saying a word. The gesture itself is the apology. And the offering says, I want things to be okay between us. I'm willing to share something meaningful to make that happen. The worst thing you can do is ignore the gift, or worse, scold them for bringing you something strange. In their language, you've just rejected their apology. Instead, acknowledge it. Pick up the toy. Maybe toss it gently for them to chase. You don't have to say anything. They'll understand. Because in cat communication, actions speak louder than words. And they've just told you, in the clearest way they know how, that you matter to them. Here's one that catches almost every cat owner off guard: the post-conflict lick. Your cat did something wrong. You reacted. Time passed. And now, they're trying to groom you, licking your hand, your arm, maybe even your face. Most people find this mildly annoying, especially if they're still frustrated. Some owners push the cat away, assuming it's just random cat behavior with poor timing. But this is actually the most intimate apology a cat can offer. According to Jackson Galaxy, cat behaviorist and author, mutual grooming, called allogrooming, is one of the highest expressions of trust and affection in cat social groups. Cats only groom individuals they consider family. When your cat tries to lick you after conflict, they're not just seeking attention, they're performing a reconciliation ritual. They're saying, "You are my family, and I want to restore our bond." Dr. Karen Becker, a veterinarian specializing in animal behavior, explains that grooming releases oxytocin in both the groomer and the recipient. It's a bonding hormone, the same one released when humans hug someone they love. Your cat is literally trying to chemically repair your relationship. Pushing them away in this moment sends a devastating message. In cat language, you've refused their most vulnerable gesture. You've told them the bond is still broken, maybe irreparably. The equivalent would be a close friend offering you a sincere hug after a fight, and you turning your back on them. Even if you're still a little frustrated, try to accept the gesture. Let them lick your hand for a moment. You can redirect them gently afterward. But that initial acceptance tells them, I receive your apology. We're okay. And that, more than anything, is what they need to hear. So why do we miss these signals so completely? See, the answer lies in how differently humans and cats experience communication. Humans are verbal creatures. We expect apologies to come with words. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Can you forgive me? When those words don't come, we assume no apology was offered. But cats are non-verbal communicators. Their entire language is built on body positioning, scent, timing, and subtle physical gestures. According to the International Cat Care Organization, cats developed alongside humans for thousands of years, but their communication style remained rooted in feline social structures. They didn't evolve to speak human, they evolved to speak cat, and cat is a language of presence, patience, and offering. Research from Cornell Feline Health Center suggests that cats actually communicate more with humans than they do with other cats. But they do so through channels we're not trained to notice. A slow blink is trust. A headbutt is ownership and affection. A gift is reconciliation. A grooming attempt is bonding. We're so focused on what cats don't do, they don't apologize verbally, they don't look guilty like dogs, that we completely miss what they are doing. Dr. Delgado notes that this misunderstanding can actually damage the human-cat relationship over time. When a cat repeatedly tries to apologize and is ignored or rejected, they learn that reconciliation isn't possible with this human. They may become more withdrawn, more distant. Not because they don't care, But because they've learned their caring isn't received, the cat didn't stop trying. The human never noticed them trying in the first place. The science behind feline reconciliation is more sophisticated than most people realize. For years, researchers assumed cats were solitary animals with limited emotional complexity. But recent studies have completely overturned this assumption. A study published in Scientific Reports found that cats form secure attachments to their owners, similar to the bonds dogs and even human infants form with caregivers. They experience separation anxiety. They seek comfort from their person when stressed. They show clear preferences for their owner over strangers. According to research from the American Association of Feline Practitioners, cats also possess excellent episodic memory. They remember specific events, including conflicts with their owners. They don't simply forget that you yelled at them. They remember, and they respond. Dr. Bradshaw's research indicates that cats engage in what behaviorists call relationship maintenance behaviors. These are actions specifically designed to keep social bonds strong and repair them when damaged. The slow approach, the gift, the grooming attempt, these aren't random behaviors. Their deliberate strategies evolved over thousands of years of feline social interaction. What makes this even more remarkable is that cats adapt these behaviors for humans. In cat-to-cat relationships, reconciliation might involve mutual grooming or slow proximity. But with humans, cats modify their approach. They bring objects because they've learned humans respond to physical items. They approach slowly because they've noticed humans don't respond well to being rushed. Your cat is, in essence, translating their apology into a dialect they think you'll understand. The fact that we still miss it says more about us than about them. Now that you know what your cat's apology looks like, here's how to honor it. When your cat hovers at the doorway after conflict, don't ignore them. Soften your shoulders. Offer a slow blink, that deliberate, gentle closing of eyes that tells a cat, I trust you, I'm not a threat. You can even call them softly by name. Let them know you're open to reconnection. When they bring you a gift, acknowledge it. You don't have to pretend to eat the toy mouse, but pick it up. Engage with it briefly. Maybe say, "Oh, is this for me?" in a warm tone. The words don't matter. The tone and acknowledgement do. According to Dr. Koski, responding positively to a cat's peace offering reinforces the behavior and strengthens your bond. You're teaching them, I see you. I understand what you're trying to do. And when they try to groom you, let them, at least initially. Even 30 seconds of allowing that lick before gently redirecting them sends a powerful message. It says, I accept your attempt to repair our bond. You might also offer grooming in return. Gentle strokes behind the ears or under the chin. This creates a mutual exchange, the feline equivalent of making up after a fight. The key in all these moments is to slow down and recognize that your cat is trying just as hard as you are to maintain your relationship. They just speak a different language, and now you're finally learning to speak it back. So the next time your cat hovers at the doorway, drops a toy at your feet, or tries to groom your hand after tension, you'll know exactly what they're saying. They're not ignoring what happened. They're not incapable of remorse. They're apologizing in the only language they know. According to feline behaviorists, the cats who try to reconcile are the ones who care most deeply about their relationship with you. They're not just pets living in your house. They're emotional beings who have chosen you and who feel distress when that bond is disrupted. Dr. Delgado puts it beautifully. A cat who tries to repair a relationship is a cat who values that relationship. They're investing effort into keeping you. And the fact that your cat does this, even when you didn't realize it, reveals something profound about your bond. You've built something real together, something worth protecting, something worth apologizing for. The next time they approach you with that hesitant hover, that strange gift, that gentle lick, remember what it really means. Your cat loves you. They want things to be okay, and they've been trying to tell you all along. Now, you finally understand. And that understanding changes everything.